Everybody hide the cake. Like birthday party. Everybody, shh, quiet. Don't say nothing. We're gonna jump out. All right, 3, okay. Um, Random as shit. That was every sitcom in the '80s when somebody was about to have a birthday party or something. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another. I need another adjective. I need another word. Another nostalgic. That's the word that jumped out to me on my right. No, that's nostalgic. Whatever. Episode of Fandom Initiative. Hello, welcome, Jumbo, Guten Tag, Buenos Dias, Moshi Moshi, Minai, what else? What else? Yeah, all of them, all that stuff that you've heard in the last months, all of them. Hello, it is a Saturday. It is a oh, it's a nice weather day. It's a nice weather day. Fall is trying to creep through. It's trying. It's trying. The sun is very bright. It's a little breezy, but it's nice. You can go out. You can go out. You can go take a walk. Get a hot beverage while you out there. It feels like it's fall. If you didn't know, you would think that this was a fall day, and that's cool. Sorry. Let's get these introductions in, and let's have some fun on this Saturday. This man across from me virtually, he is the cinema CEO. He is the cinema god. He is the progenitor of the hooligan era. Apparently. This is Michael Williams.
What's up, y'all? Good to be back.
And myself, I am the hungriest man in the room. You can take that however you like. Whatever. I am the Dark Star. Hashtag the Dark Star. Hashtag Nevermore. I am the Hungry Bleak, Antonio Pomares, and welcome to the fandom. How's your week been, brother?
Long?
Yes. Michael, have you heard about this thing? I'm keep doing that, Johnny Carson. Nobody knows who Johnny Carson is. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. They're all going to know. Nobody knows. They're all going to know. I kind of want to go back and watch some Carson now, just because. No reason. I'll watch like an episode where somebody who's famous now, like, just came on and they weren't famous then. It's been the last couple weeks. There's been a lot popping up, a lot going on with fandoms, such like that. Getting a lot of stuff, and the stuff has been, fair to really good. Like, we've gotten a nice mix of things going out, and it's only what? This is the beginning of April. Next month we have Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. And then after that, we're going to start having like this summer. Like, this will be like our first official, well, since COVID, I should say, this will be our first real summer being back. I mean, it's still out there, but to see what's going on, I don't really know what's even going to be out this summer. I'm going to be real with you. Can't even think of it. I'm going to be honest with you. There's no, right? Yes.
I mean, Doctor Strange is really the only thing on my radar, really. So
that's it. I mean, I don't know, but you know what? There will be movies that'll pop up, and you'll be like, oh wow, like little something that might hit you really good. I think I think people are going to be out, but they're going to be outside. I mean, honestly.
Yeah. Provided that COVID doesn't have another laugh.
I mean,
and everybody.
I think at this point, people just gonna be out there in gas masks and like the whole protective radioactive suits. Like, I don't care, man. I'm getting it on. We outside. Yeah. So I mean, there's nothing really, and series seem to be really taking over more than movies. I'll be honest with you. When you think of it, a lot of great series out there, but there's nothing movie wise that I can really think about. Doctor Strange might be holding it down for the whole summer.
That's true.
But I can see it happening because there's a lot there are a lot of ramifications from Spider-Man No Way Home, like ripples that are going out. So it's just going to continue, honestly, because there were ripples that were in Morbius from it. So
I didn't hear you say much about Morbius, so
Oh, because I just don't give a shit about social media. Real shit. I enjoyed it. The movie is less than 2 hours, which is good because my bladder at a certain point is like, look, man, we can't be doing these long ass marathons of movies. We need to go. Now, either you're gonna wear black or you're gonna get up and go to the bathroom. You got 2 options. I enjoyed it for what it was. It was the special effects of him, like the way he moved, like really did look and felt like the comics. That was cool. It was what it was like. If you're looking for an MCU, oh my god, you're not gonna get it. You're not, if that's where you're looking at. But if you're looking for something like a nice popcorn movie, couple of hours, you just chilling, enjoying it, go see this. There are 2 after credit scenes. Well, no, I should say like 2 mid credit scenes. That one made me think they're still trying to go with the Sinister Six. I'm not really sure how to feel about it, but whatever. I mean, my feelings don't give a damn about. I mean, excuse me, the companies don't give a damn about my feelings anyway. So whatever they're gonna do, what they're gonna do. They could possibly be doing a second Morbius movie. Maybe it depends on obviously depends on how much money this movie is gonna make. But I enjoyed it for what it was because I wanted to see this character. I like Jared Leto as him. I thought he should have used an accent though, because every time I think of Morbius, I think of the accent just because of Spider-Man the animated series. I'll be honest with you, because that's where he got the biggest exposure before this movie. Was in that series,
right?
Because they tied it in with Blade, and it was perfect. I don't think there's going to be any tying in with Blade unless Wesley Snipes is coming in on this one as a different Blade. But I enjoyed it for what it was. Look, out of 5, I'm going to give it a 2 3/4. But I enjoyed it for what it was. Like, it wasn't. Everybody's going to be looking for that MCU. Everything ain't MCU. I don't know what to tell you. And it's okay for a movie to be and you enjoy it. And it's okay for a movie to be, oh my God, this is great. And for people to go, oh, I didn't enjoy it. It's okay.
Yeah, but I think the question is it okay for a movie to be all right and you pay for it? Because we're way out of the weeds on that now. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's subjective to everybody, brother. I mean, some people are going to really enjoy a movie and be like, damn, yo, I would have paid X amount. And some people are going to pay for a movie and be like, and everybody's going to be like, oh, it's great. And like, I didn't enjoy it. Sometimes you don't know until you get in it.
All right.
Unless you know a guy that know a lady that knows somebody, and you can, whatever. Sometimes you don't know. Honestly, for me personally, I'd like if most of the movies were on streaming, so I should just be chill at home because I can just watch it and go, all right, bet, and then go to a series or go to another movie just like that. That's what I would rather do. And because I'm paying, was it $24 a month for the A-list. And unfortunately, a lot of the movies that I want to see are not playing in my area. Like Everywhere, what the hell? Everywhere, All Y'all, Everybody.
I know what you're talking about.
Some of you too. Like I never get the title right. That's why I just said, look, All Y'all. All Y'all.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Yes, thank you. Like that wasn't playing in my area. Uma was not playing in my area. And I understand that because where I live is not that area that they're looking for. They're not. But bet you would have gotten me and I would have went in and checked it out. I mean,
what's the next biggest town from you?
Jesus. The next biggest town that people know is Long Branch, Asbury Park.
Is that far from you?
No.
Asbury Park?
No. Less than half an hour.
Okay.
But they're not looking for Asbury Park. They're looking for, the key cities, New York City. I mean, if you want it like big city, I guess you could say would be Jersey City, Newark, but that's out of my way. That's not in my area. That's in the same state.
Yeah, that's far from you.
Jersey exactly. City like I'm rather just go to New York.
Oh, really?
Like I'd rather just go to New York. Because when I'm going that far, I'm like, look, I'm just gonna go to New York. I bet.
Okay.
Because at least there's more. If I go to Newark, like what else am I going to do? But if I go to New York, hang out, I can chill, like you or to one of my primos, doing something, whatever. I can make it worth it. I mean, the same thing happened with Fast Color.
All right.
And I think that was the last day that it was showing in New York.
Yeah. So I don't want to get off topic because this is what we're really here to talk about. But is New York closer to you than Newark is, or is Newark closer and it's just New York has better things?
Newark is closer, but New York has better things.
Okay.
There's more for me to rationalize going there.
I get it now.
You know what I mean? Like my time and such like that, and my money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not just going to go to Newark and go, okay.
No.
I didn't enjoy that movie, but all right, let me see if I can, go get stabbed or something. This is Newark, you know what I mean?
Let me stop at the trap house real quick.
You're maybe let me see this almond milk loosen up my throat. Let me see it. You can't drink almond milk and then yell you can't loosen up your throat muscles with almond milk and yell you can't.
Oh my god,
we ain't at that level as a society yet. We're not there. We're not. Yak, okay. Cavassier, if you can spell it, yeah, sure. Almond milk, no. This is even almond milk with honey and vanilla. You can't do it. You can't. You just can't. But yeah, I would rather just go to New York and do it, because honestly, if say it's New York, Newark, Jersey City, like those three, and odds are out of those three places, where do you think a movie like that is honestly going to play? It's going to be in New York. So why don't I just get on that train, chill, go see the movie, grab some food, some comics, chill, go down to my favorite spot, South Street Seaport, sit there, watch the water, and just chill for a while, and then just come back that night. It's just more effective. Excuse me, it's just more cost effective and just makes more sense to me, truthfully. I wish they would put more movies like that, but I think obviously with COVID and the way they're doing movies now and the shorter time that they're in theater, especially indie movies like this, they're not worried about my town. They couldn't care, even though I'm like, look, I'd love to go see it. Yeah, we don't give a shit. We're going to put it here. So won't you take your little short, bald head, well lotioned up ass and go on, get down the train and go on the way down there. Okay, bet. So, I don't complain about it because I know it's not going to, because it's what happened. And when that movie does come on streaming service, I will be there to watch it and I will enjoy the hell out of it in my pajamas, eating maybe, I don't know, grilled cheese sandwich, maybe some waffles, I don't know, and just chill like that. You know what I mean? So it used to bother me, but I'm like, yeah, it doesn't matter. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Now, if I become big and famous and then they want to make this town whatever, then okay. But until then, that's not going to happen. Yada, 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 yakety schmackety. But now I really got to think about what movies are going to be. There's nothing out. There's nothing. Like even what's name is on like and they're starting to put them on all the channels too. Since we're talking about movies, let me just throw this up here right now. What was a movie most recently that was finally released and they put it I feel like it's on HBO Max, it's on Hulu. There was another streaming service that it was on too, but there was a movie that recently came out that they put up. What the hell movie is it? Not Nightmare Alley, because that one too, but it's one after that. It's within the last couple weeks, I want to say. I can't think of what the hell it is. But even that, because I wanted to see Nightmare Alley, but when I went to go see it, it wasn't there. So I was like, okay, cool. So I'm like, damn, I guess I gotta wait. Like a week later, it was up there. I was like, damn, can y'all? I mean, if that's the case, can I get $1 million? Is that how wishes work? I didn't know. The hell, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm trying to look on here now. All I see is like Spencer, which I actually do want to check that out because it just looks like it might be interesting. I can't remember what the hell that movie is. When I figure it out, I'll actually say something. But I can't remember what the hell that movie is. Doesn't mean it's a bad movie. It's just there's been so many of them lately, just being pushed out. I can't think of what the hell it is. The Death on the Nile.
Mm.
But that's a simultaneous release, correct? Is that a simultaneous release? Because I thought it was just in theaters.
No, it was in theaters.
So it's not in theaters now?
No, Death and Night came out how long ago? Like a month ago? Maybe 45 days ago?
Oh, I didn't think it was out yet. Oh,
yeah.
But it's out. But it's out quick. You know, I mean. Little side note: what I've been doing to go to sleep lately that has made me sleep wonderfully is watching the Fire Festival fraud documentaries. Makes my soul sing, y'all. For real.
Oh my god.
Ja Rule looking dumb. Let me let my buddy Billy. So what are we doing is shut up, man. Shut up. Anyway, okay, so let's actually get into the show and talk about some stuff, folks. All right, so streaming TV, we had a really nice week. It was very just enjoyable for me. First up, we had the series premiere of Moon Knight on Disney Plus. Oscar Isaacs plays the character of Moon Knight. Mark Spector. No, Stephen Grant. Yeah, he plays all three. We've already went through the history of the history that I know of this character. This is one of my favorite characters. I had this shirt way before the series started, folks. Don't get it twisted. You know how I'm about my t-shirts. I think it's only going to be 6 episodes, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And am I understanding this correctly? That this is the only thing Oscar Isaacs is going to do? He's only signed on for this limited, I guess you could call it, series. For what I've been seeing, that I don't know why. I have to double check that, but that would be interesting to me if he was like, "Yeah, I'm just going to do this," and then I'm out. That would be interesting to me. It honestly would, because to be honest with you, I don't see Oscar Isaac as that big franchise, not talent wise or anything like that, but the way he acts and the way he does movies, I don't see him being like a big franchise guy. You know, like doing like 8 or 9 of something, which isn't a slight to him at all, or a slight to Marvel or Disney. Just don't see it. But regardless of that, did you see the premiere episode?
Yeah, I did.
Thoughts on that, brother?
I liked it. It's different. It's very different from the things that we've seen so far. Yeah, I'm really interested in seeing where this goes, and I didn't know that bit of trivia about Oscar Isaacs only wanting to do just this. Like I
have to double check that, but that's what I've been seeing on reports. But you know, allegedly,
maybe he's taking it like
case by case.
Let's see if this is a hit, and then maybe I'll consider doing movies. I don't really know, or unless Moon Knight isn't going to play a big role in the MCU.
There could be like a Moon Knight or something else.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Maybe Moon Knight is a springboard to something else. I don't know.
It's a very. I wish we were getting 8 episodes, but again, especially with the complexity of this character, but I don't know how they're going with it with the MCU. They could be changing things. Like I know I've only seen the 2 personalities so far. I've only seen Stephen Grant and Mark Spector. There's a third person. When they originally started going with the DID, they did 3 personalities. Mark Spector, who was the mercenary. There's Stephen Grant, who was like, I believe he was the like the billionaire personality. Like the thing of like like your Playboy personality. Then there was a third personality, which is Jake Lockley, who was like a street-wise cabbie who was getting like the intel on the street. And then you had Mark Spector, that was the more dominant personality, I guess, and the one that's the mercenary, who you would figure would be more aligned with Moon Knight as far as like fighting and such like that. I don't know where they're going to go with that. In recent years, they actually changed the personality dynamic and changed the character a bit. I'm excited. Look, they got me with Wham. When I heard Wham, I was like,
yes, yes.
It endeared that whole scene to me more because I was like, that's a perfect song, and it fits Moon Knight. Like that whole it was just so great. And I'm a George Michael fan and a Wham fan, so that worked with me on multiple levels. Oscar Isaacs is just it's going to be great to see him every week for these 3 weeks. To see him continuously, like I like the fact of being able to get certain actors every week when normally have to wait a couple years in between movies or months or such, depending on what their schedule is like. So I like this. It's a nice treat. I'm a fan of Moon Knight. I enjoyed this. I want more. Some people said that the pacing felt off to them.
No, I don't.
Which I can understand if they're, because this isn't your usual MCU thing, and I think it's supposed to make you feel a little disjointed because he's disjointed. He's trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I actually think that's one of the strengths of the first episode, is that it is kind of narratively disjointed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that kind of pulled me into it, right? Is like, it's not this kind of straightforward telling of a story. Like, I'm trying to piece things together in my head while I'm watching it, so that it'll all make some kind of sense. Like, it may not make sense this week, but I'm sure it'll make sense as we go along. You know what I mean? So I think that's just kind of, besides the fact that Oscar Isaacs is amazing already, I think that's one of the strengths of the show, is that it's not this sort of straightforward storytelling device.
Right. It's almost that thing that we actually enjoy now is the what is it? The oh my god. The untrustworthy narrator.
Yes.
Where you're not sure. I
unreliable narrator. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. I like that in stories where you're like, wait, wasn't so this whole time you were, because it's like, you know what, Kaiser Soze.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's like the
gold standard of unreliable narrators.
Because everything out that boy's mouth was a lie. Everything. And my man Chaz was like, did you see him? Did you see him?
Yeah.
Broke my mug. Yeah. Did you see him? Like, that's the most unreliable narrator ever. So that kind of thing. And you're wondering what the hell's going on. Opening the scene with the shards and the glass was a perfect way to start that story off.
Yeah.
It felt perfect because you're starting the story off with pain but dedication, which is what Moon Knight is about. If you've ever read the comics, or especially more recent comics, he is about pain and dedication, but still being that unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
And I love that. I'm excited to see more of this and what happens. Only downside to me was at the end when he turned around, it felt just a little hokey. It felt a little, you know what I mean? Because it was like, that turning around thing, but it's still a stark and beautiful image of this character. Normally you see a character all in black and whatever, he's all in white because he wants you to see him coming for you. And I love that.
And I don't want to leave out Ethan Hawke, who,
oh hell no,
just kind of, he kind of plays these, like, and it's almost every time he's been in a movie, it's kind of like he plays these intense characters without, I don't even know how to describe it to you. He plays these intense characters without being over the top.
Yeah, it's a very understated.
Yes.
like it's not like it's the exact opposite of Nick Cage. It's the exact opposite of Nick Cage. And that's not a slight to Nick Cage. That's just Nick Cage's thing. That's what he does. But yeah, he plays this very simmering, but you know something is there.
That's actually another movie that I want to see. If you've seen the commercials for that movie, The Unbearable. What is it?
I think they changed the name of it.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah. The movie
Yes.
that I keep saying. Well, there was a trailer for it in every movie that I've seen so far, which hasn't been very many. That trailer's been in it, but I think they changed the name of the movie.
Did they?
I think so. Something shorter, but it looks like that's Nick Cage doing Nick Cage for Nick Cage's things.
Yes.
He didn't need a script. Like this is my usual Wednesday. Oh yeah, well this is gonna be all right. Bet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For Ramsey said, can't wait to see Moon Knight. Yeah, check it out. Definitely, it was really fun. I don't think they're gonna go as dark as I thought they were gonna go. They're gonna pull, which I understand. It's not gonna be like a Netflix show, which that should have been the show that they did on Netflix because they need that. But because I think there were times when he went to curse and you could read his lips, but the words didn't come out, and I was like, oh. And I checked the rating. The rating was TV 14. So they might try to but this is also the first episode, so they might try to just skirt that 14 till 14.1, 14.2, holding steady within threshold. Okay, we got to pull it back. They might. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm still excited to see it. I want to see more of this. And then we're going to be getting Ms. Marvel. So it's going to be this, Doctor Strange, then Ms. Marvel. I want to say.
Is Ms. Marvel during the summer or is it later on in the year?
Oh no, but still, it'll be after Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah.
You're just in order, yeah. I can't. I keep seeing America Chavez, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so excited for that. Just so cool. But yeah, Moon Knight definitely checking out. I got 5 more episodes. It's just I'm excited to see that. Ethan Hawke just does that. Yeah, just does that thing, man. It's awesome. And seeing him just walking through in the long hair, and he's just like walking through and him having like the tattoo of the scales and the cane swinging is that tension. And you're like, what is? And then you notice that the tattoo actually moves, and you're like, what is? And she's like, oh, I've been in good person. He's like, no, you haven't. It was almost like being on Maury. It was like the test says you have not been a good person. Test says you gotta die, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited about that. I want to see more of Mark Spector, but I know that we didn't get to see a lot of him because we were building up to what Steven goes through every night. And apparently he has been leaving because those tests that he had, the sand, the tape, the shackles, they're not working at all. Which the one that I loved the most was the sand.
Yeah. The
sand was the coolest for some reason. Just because of, sand in Egypt and, him being. Oh, and shout out to F. Murray Abraham as the voice of Khonshu. I didn't know he was going to be the voice of Khonshu. And that's how Khonshu speaks to Moon Knight when he's like when they're interacting. That's how he speaks to him. And when he's like, "Oh, the idiot's taking over again. Give up your body. Just give up." And he's talking to him. The only way they could have made it better, I think, was getting Oded Fair to do but I just want him to get roles and stuff. That's why I keep mentioning his name, because I want him to get roles. But
Discovery,
brother, it started working. On my PS4.
Okay.
So I'm about to start season 2. Finally.
Okay.
Finally, brother. So I'm gonna see Pike starting in there and everything. Michelle, when she was whooping her ass in that cell, I was like, that's gotta be brutality, right? That's gotta be brutality. It's just yes, for some reason I went to try it. I was like, let me start with episode 1 and see if it'll work. And it did. And I was like, wait, so let me go back to episode 13 and see what we're doing. And it worked, and I was like,
oh, I'm excited for you to catch up then, okay?
I didn't want to touch it. I didn't want to breathe. No, I was like, please keep working. Please keep working. So yeah, I was so excited about that. So it was awesome. That just made Paramount even like worth more to me because I was just watching because I've been watching FBI and SWAT on there and everything like that. But this, because I want to start going with Picard, and I know Strange New World starts in May.
Yeah, I think so.
I want to say So I want to watch that. So I have this whole new universe of Star Trek that I can watch. Now watch it won't work tonight. Watch, I'm gonna be mad as hell. Watch, I'm gonna be cursing. This mother. And I'm not buying a PS5. I'm not buying a PS5. I'm just not. But yeah, you go check out Moon Knight. There's gonna be more really cool things, and I'm excited to see it. But a returning one. We finally got 3 episodes of Young Justice. Came back on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Came back on Thursday with 3 new episodes. So we're still in the same season, but we're starting a new arc in that season. We're focusing more on Atlantis. Y'all already know. It's happy about that. Did you get to check out these new episodes?
I saw the first 2.
It gets brother. After just reading Aquaman: The Becoming, Black Manta, and reading the new Aquaman series, because it's Black Manta, Aqualad, who is now Aquaman, and Arthur Curry, who is still Aquaman, also working together to stop a threat. I'm all in. So when they started talking about Zabel and everything, I was sitting there. I felt like a kid in a candy shop. I was just so excited. I was like, this is great. So we're getting that, but we're also finding out that Connor's still around.
Okay.
And he's in, I guess you could call it limbo, I guess, for the better, lack of a term.
Lack of a better term, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, fuck that whole sentence up. But I was just excited to see that it was back because I didn't realize it was back. And I love when they do give you 3 episodes. They're like, look, we know. Here's 3. Hold you for a little bit till Mama come back. I'm gonna give you a little bit more, okay? Story just keeps. God, they just do the story so well. It's just so. You would think with everything that they throw in a season, it would be too much. But the layering that they give it, and they give everything time to breathe, then when you're at that point, they stop and they'll give you this other arc. But still little seeds and like little threads that go back to the other arc, like, oh, wait, wasn't that like when they showed Dr. Fate's Ankh, his Ankh portal in Atlantis during the whole calamity? And Mira sees it, she goes, wait, what was that? You know that's them when they were like showing all these other perspectives. I really enjoy it. It just is one of my, out of animated or live action, this is one of my favorite series out there. Yeah, digging it.
It is.
What do you think of those 2 episodes?
It feels like they moved the Supergirl writers to Young Justice, because at one time Supergirl was probably one of the best written shows on television, not just CW, on television, that nobody was watching.
Exactly. It was very
like honestly.
Yep, very underrated and overlooked, unfortunately, because it wasn't Arrow and all the other stuff, whatever. But that was the time slot really didn't help it either. Honestly, being on a Sunday is a weird day to put it on.
They were trying to kill that show effectively when they moved it to Sunday. But I mean, the first 2 episodes so far are what you expect with Young Justice. Good story, good action. Has a lot to say. I'm looking forward to where this part of the arc goes and how it. I would imagine it'll set up another season, because I haven't heard anything contrary to say that it's not coming back. So, yeah.
I would say this definitely. I would say that this would be the last arc for this season. I would think, because because they're at what, like 12, 13 episodes now. I think. Maybe.
Think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely hope that they have honestly, and I'll say this again. It being canceled was the best thing that could have happened for this show, and then being brought back on HBO Max. It's the best thing that could have happened for this show. because they could not have done, or they wouldn't have, I should say, they wouldn't have done the things that they're doing now. So I
Right.
think that time
Mm-hmm.
and then the medium that they're able to use as far as HBO Max and not being tethered to, a kids network and Cartoon Network and stuff like that
Yeah.
in that way was great because they're doing, look, I saw a poly relationship on there. I'm like, how many comic book related animated series are showing that? And to show, I can't remember the character's name though. It was the character who was dating Ms. Martian when her and Connor broke up. That the Atlantean, like a pufferfish guy. I can't remember his damn name though.
Yeah, I know you talking. I can't think of
Yeah,
his name. Yeah.
because he would call like angelfish. Like seeing him with this couple, and he's like the third, I was supposed in their trouble, and she's pregnant. She says, "Well, our baby." Speaking to both of them, like that's something that you would never have seen.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that Halo, is that her name? Halo,
Mm-hmm.
um, identifies as non-binary, and the way they were even talking about it, because they were talking to, wasn't Black Canary, it was someone else that they were talking to, right? It wasn't Black Canary, it wasn't Dino, was it?
Mm-mm.
Or maybe no, it was oh my goodness, Harper,
Yes.
because Halo's a Harper,
Mm-hmm.
like an adoptive Harper, like that whole conversation too. Because I previous season when they were like going through the character of Halo and Halo discovering who they are, and the identity, and the powers, and everything like that. There was just this whole self discovery thing going on with the character. It's just really cool. And I'm just like, this is like a breath of fresh air. Just they're just doing everything that they can to just. It's a non-binary. I believe they still identify as Muslim.
Yes.
I want to say, yeah, non-binary Muslim, uh, superhero character with these powers. I'm like, this is just a really cool thing. That everything from top to bottom, the show just keeps delivering and it keeps getting better every season. I think they should do maybe one more season,
Mm-hmm.
one or two, and then just go okay, and then just kind of like taper it off. But I think it's one of the best things out there, and I'm so glad that it got canceled so it could come back in this really great. Sometimes that helps you. Sometimes that
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just sometimes fun makes the heart grow fonder. And they came back and they were just better than ever.
Yeah.
Speaking of Halo, great segue. Halo on Paramount Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch the latest episode?
I did.
What'd you think?
I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Bokeem!
Brother, when Bokeem shows up, you know it's about to be a party. And that brother shows up, but he didn't have his usually real gravelly voice.
That's all right.
I'm thinking that he might be, that almond milk, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
Almond milk soothes.
It robbed him of his year.
He was so much calmer. I don't know if it's because he's older now. And he's just like, look, I can't be drinking milk. Milk was what was making me angry.
Yeah.
Got the almond milk now. I'm good. I'm lactose intolerant. I can't be handling that. You know what I'm saying? I can't be doing
funny,
that.
Dude. You're funny.
Yeah. I watched the first episode 2 more times.
Okay.
Because when I went to watch the second episode, and they show like the recap, I was like, wait, I don't remember any of that stuff. Hold on, wait a second. Any of it, I was like, wait, what the hell happened? I was like, they have an after credit scene where it was another episode and I missed it? What the hell? So I went back and rewatched it and I said, oh, damn. Next day I went back and rewatched it again. And I was like, oh, I noticed a lot more things that they did. Music definitely plays, just like in the game, music plays a beautiful character in here. And they sneak in they sneak that in a lot of ways that I wasn't seeing and hearing. I also didn't notice. So I really enjoyed this episode of getting more. And I was thinking, what they should have did? They should just did like a series where it just shows his years before he donned the armor and he became Master Chief. Then he had this episode, and I was like, all right, never mind, screw it. Okay, I guess I'll just shut my mouth and let you guys go.
But this is what we were saying before it even started. We were like, how are they going to? Yeah, because I think you brought that up. You were like, how are they going to tell Master Chief story when he's always in that helmet. Well, when we thought he'd always be in the helmet.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, they'll probably show you a ton of flashbacks to what happened to him and how he became this. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
But it was definitely, yeah, I went and I watched it. I was like, oh, this is really, and just everything. If you're a fan of the games, you get so much in there. Like I noticed so many things, like the way, because like what I would do when I would play is out, because you only get the whole 2 weapons. So when I would play, I would have, you know, my pistol and have my rifle. I'd shoot. When I see one of the alien weapons, I'd take it. I'd use that because I used to love that blaster that the Covenant uses. So seeing the character put their pistol away, pick up the blaster, and shoot, then throw it away, I was like, that's a me move right there. And I know a lot of other gamers have done that. When you see the way that Master Chief throws the rifle to the side, that looks like how it's done in the game. Like they did, like you were saying last week, it's hard to translate a video game to a series or a movie.
Yeah, it's
because
very
they're little things, especially a first-person shooter.
It's very difficult.
I look at an example that I can give that isn't really a good one is Doom. The movie, they did it at a certain point, and it doesn't really pay off as much. This one they really do, because you can see little things, and when they do give you the heads up, and the sound of the shield being depleted. And then just like if you did, if you were a gamer, you would wait, you would duck on something and wait. Then you hear the sound of the shield recharging, and then when it gets to its full, you're like, okay, cool, bet I can go back out, start shooting again.
Yeah,
they do that wonderfully. Happy to see Bokeem Woodbine. Happy to see his brother. Whenever he pops up, I'm like, bet. When they say in the first episode, full Sauron protocol, you don't use the name Sauron and it not pay off, because that's the name that when you think of Sauron, you like, I don't want no ring. I'm good. I ain't been to the Shire. I'm good. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I had one breakfast. I don't need 2. I'm good on all that. Okay, one does not simply say Sauron, and that's it. So I'm like, what the hell happened? Were they using Sauron? And to see that he saw, so now I want to know. Why is there a Sauron protocol? What the hell? And I wonder if it has something to do with his arm, because that threw me. But I think that might be something that might be from maybe the novels or from the game, because there was a game Reach, which was a prequel to the first Halo game, and there was another game. So I don't know if that's something that's deeper in the history of the game. So I don't know, but I was happy to just see it, and I want to know where that comes from. And I want to know what happened to his arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole thing with Cortana, and when they were talking about the merging, not merge, no, the deal that they were having. My man, I can't remember the cat's name, but he's always in stuff. He was in Pacific Rim. He was in Torchwood. The English cat who was just shooting people. I can't remember the guy's name.
Yeah, he's been a lot of things. Wasn't he also? Was he in?
Whatever you're about to say, he probably was.
Was he in the Dark Knight trilogy? Was he in the third movie?
I don't know if it was the third or the second, but he was in one of them. Yeah. The dude pops up everywhere, and when I see him, I'm like, oh, cool, great, because I love seeing him. But I know he's probably gonna get his ass beat somehow in this series, because he ends up getting the worst deaths possible and stuff. He usually does. Like he's like the new Sean Bean somehow, but not as like noticeable, unfortunately. But I'm excited about like watching that, just making it. I was like, damn, yeah, this is even better. Seeing the history between John and Sauron, and him still being kind of a little upset about the 5 minutes, where he was going to give him a day, and he's like, oh, well, that's better than 5 minutes. That going back and forth, and the awakening of his memories and such. Yeah, I'm on board for this. I really want to see this, more of it. I'm just wondering what else can they be bringing up and such as far as the game, because there's what is it? There's a Covenant. There's the Flood, which are the nastiest ones I can think of. There's another one too. I can't remember what it is. Covenant, Flood. There's another enemy. I can't think of it for life. But then them saying that he's the blessed one, or he's like he's not like the other blessed one.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, so yeah, it does have something to do with possibly. Again, I don't know if that's something from the books. I don't know if that's something that they're just coming up with now with the series, since they're not following everything, which they don't need to. It's your own story. Tell it.
All right.
I'm looking forward to this. I want more of it. I'm looking forward to all these. Like I said, Justice League. The only way that this could get even worse for me is if they came out and said, "Look, we're making a new Castlevania series. We're gonna follow Simon."
I thought you said they were making a spinoff.
No, that was my wish.
I thought they said they were making one though.
Brother, if you know somebody that knows somebody, if somebody needs a little tuning up, I'll go over there. I'll tune them up. But I want that. Well, I had the idea when they first started. I said what they should do is do different series, and each one follows one of the Belmonts throughout history. That was my idea, because there's so much in Castlevania. And I think at some point Alucard turns bad.
Okay.
In the game, I think at some point he does. I think, but it's been a long time since I've really been in it. But I would love it if they did that. I would love it. That, and if they gave me another animated movie for The Witcher, I'm saying, if they gave me, since they did Voltron, I don't know who I would love a Thunder. I think they are supposed to do not Thundercats, but SWAT Cats. I think somebody's supposed to do a remake a beautification series of that. That term will never die, brother. That term will never die. I think they're supposed. I think somebody's supposed to be doing that. But I would love another series like redo, like how they did Voltron, because Voltron was amazing to me. I couldn't get enough of that series, but there was a series I wanted them to redo. Netflix. I forgot what it was though.
Yeah, I think they are doing a Castlevania spinoff. Netflix made it official sometime last year. They did.
Does it give details on story or character or no? Yeah.
Richter Belmont.
Oh wow.
And Maria Renard. It's supposed to take place during the French Revolution.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not that familiar with Richter. Like
Richter, I think, is Cypher's son. With
Trevor?
Is
that what they named him?
I don't know. I mean, that's
thought
what they're saying for the cartoon.
That might be. I'm trying to. Damn. Because I thought they said the name of their child, like during the actual show.
I don't know. Maybe they were going to retcon it. I don't know.
I guess it's time for me to go watch it again, just so I can clarify. Oh, dang. I got to watch that again. Oh.
You funny, dude. You're funny, dude.
Let me go make a sandwich. Dang it.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't see Netflix killing that off. I mean, even with everything that happened with Warren Ellis, I could not see them. I mean, that was a popular cartoon, like popular.
Yeah. And that third season was just as good as the other seasons.
Yeah.
Regardless, if anything, it got more popular because they said, look, we're going to kick him out and it's still going to be as good. They kicked him out and it was still as good. So yeah, I definitely want to see that. The animation, the fight scenes, everything.
Yeah.
And just, oh God, yeah, I could definitely go for some more of that.
Like that was one of the first cartoon series I think I recommended to adult friends of mine. That I was like, listen, don't get all caught up in the fact that it's animated. I'm like, this thing is written like like a live action show. Like that's how good the writing is in this show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. It is.
In fact, I think the first person I recommended it to was Molly.
Yeah, I remember you saying something about that. Yeah, I remember
I
you saying
was
something
like,
about that.
Molly, if you like, I basically just asked her, I was like, Molly, you like vampires? She's like,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like,
I'm like, then watch Castlevania.
yeah. I mean, definitely.
Exactly.
Farrell Ramsel says that there was another Voltron team. Yeah, there was, but that wasn't the series I was saying. There was a series I said I wish they would read, that they would like handle. I can't remember what the hell that series was though. But it's funny that you say that about animation and such, because that brings us to just a thought.
Mm-hmm.
So just a thought on comics, anime, and animation. Like Michael was saying, don't get caught up on the fact it's animation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, far too often comics, anime, and animation are thought of as being just for kids or teenagers. And if you're an adult, people look at you funny because because you're watching them, you're reading, what have you. Not realizing the immense amount of talent, skill, storytelling that is involved in the animation of anime and animated movies, anime series, and in comics as well. There's a lot going on. When someone sees that a movie won Best Animated at the Oscars, people look down, they try, be funny about it. No, that's a lot of work and a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of sleepless nights, and so much going back and forth. And it's not just for kids. I can give you a plethora of comics, anime, or animated movies or series that you can watch as an adult that don't have to do with superheroes or fighting or anything like that, that are just great stories that are being told by people who have a passion and a love for that particular medium. So let's take away that stigma of it, because you know how hard it is to draw, draw, draw. This isn't like, the old Tex Avery stuff where we would reuse the same background for the next 15 minutes. That ain't it. It's a whole new day. And when you see the animation that's going on now, I've seen people doing Michelin Hess, which is one of my favorite artists and writers. She was doing 3D art on Facebook, and I'm like, what sorcery is this? What type of alchemy? Whose soul did you take for this? Awesome stuff. When I look at some of my favorite comics, when I look at the anime that I look at, sometimes I can't really focus on what they're saying because I'm so focused on the art itself. And the stories can be so touching and so in depth. Even though there was a crazy fight scene, the next episode could have a story that's so in depth and so hard hitting and so soul searing that it makes you stop and think and ponder and damn, that was great. There are things for everyone. Like we were just mentioning, if you want action and great story, a mix, Castlevania. If you want something that's, a little more salacious and everything, there's Food Wars. Don't hit me, brother. Don't hit me. Don't throw the ramen at me. Don't throw the ramen at me. If you want something that's more spine tingling and more of a thriller, there's Perfect Blue. If you're looking at something that's very existential and you make you question life, there's Akira. Comics, I can go way deeper. There are so many incredible comics that are out there that have stories that are being told. Look at Up. Up was one of the best animated movies out there. There's no superheroes. There's no mega fights or anything like that. Hell, the first 5 minutes of that movie can break your heart more than anything else possible. So when you look at comics, when you look at anime, when you look at animation, don't think, oh, it's just for kids. Not that that's a bad thing, because kids have ridiculous imaginations. So if somebody can hold their attention for that amount of time, might be something that maybe you can think of. Hell, SpongeBob can even be entertaining, folks. And that's good for kids and for adults. You've seen some of the jokes. For real. So comics, anime, and animation, let's not look down on the people who watch them, read them, even though they're older, because there's amazing stories in there to be told. But look, it's just a thought, but give it a shot, folks. For real.
True.
I'm saying. Comics wise, 3 that I'm going to throw at you. The new Punisher series. Everybody's talking about him changing his symbol. He changed the symbol for the story because in the story, he actually is a part of the Hand.
Mm.
So that's why his Death's Head skull is changed, and it's really good because how do you get the Punisher to work for the Hand? Because the Hand is always more known for Daredevil. There was a stint where Wolverine was part of the Hand in a story called Enemy of the State, and I liked it. I know most people won't think I did because it's Wolverine and it's John Romita Jr. on art, but I did like it. It was actually really good. But this is him being a part of the Hand and being the killer that he is. And you figure, how do they get him to do it? Well, spoiler alert, last page, you see him, he's come home and he's talking to someone. He gets in bed and it's Maria. That's how you get the Punisher to work for you. You bring back his dead wife. Didn't see the kids though, just saw Maria. It's an interesting thing. And she actually has the scars from bullet holes and such as well from when she was murdered.
Mm.
I think it's only going to be a mini series, but that's intriguing as hell to me. I'm a Punisher fan, regardless of what the idiots out there using the skull for their own political agenda, which is dumb, and also officers that use it, cops, which I don't understand that at all. It was even remarked in the comics that you should not be, you cops should not be looking up to me because I'm what you should be against. Because he's a serial killer. He just happens to kill murderers and what have you. But it's a great series. But excuse me, so it was a great first issue. I think the next issue comes out next week or the week after. I'm a Punisher fan, even a Garth Ennis Punisher fan. And I'm not really into Garth Ennis because he goes way too far for me sometimes. I just,
Marvel needs to get back to doing their maxi series thing that they used to do all the time.
I don't know if they will because of them being with Disney. That's the thing with that. I don't that balance.
Mm.
You could keep it separate, but still, you have Disney overhead.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how they would go and do that. Those series were really good. They had some great series for Max, which was their adult version of like. Let me not say adult because when people think adult, they think of like automatically sex and nudity stuff. I'll say mature. It was more their mature rated, and they were really good series. They had Squadron Supreme. They had the Punishers. And it was great. It was a Punisher in a world where there were no superheroes. But yeah, there were so many of them, and they were great. I wish they would. I don't know how it would work. Would it be another universe, multiverse? Would it not? Because at some point they would maybe tangle. I guess I don't know what have you. I would be for that, but I need the good. I need the best writers for it, and the story's got to be worth it for them to do that series again. Honestly, truthfully. Next one up is Slumber. This is from Image. This was just cool. You have nightmares about whatever's happening to you, a past trauma. You see someone walk into the nightmare and they kill whatever is giving you the nightmare. That's the story of Slumber. What I think they call it Nightmare Eater. She goes into your dreams along with her, I believe he's a ghoul or a zombie sidekick, and they kill whatever is causing your nightmares. In the first issue, we meet the character and they kill this clown. Turns out the clown was a pedophile that had attacked this man. I give them credit for two things. One, because they did that angle right off the bat. And it was and they had him dressed up as a clown, and then he was masquerading as I think an aunt or something like that, which may have been another trauma that may have happened with his aunt. They don't go that far into it. I did because of the way I was reading it. I was like, wow, you could go even deeper with the story. Secondly, they also made it where the victim was a young boy who grew up into a man. That's not talked about very much either when it comes to things like that. But I really enjoy that. I love the idea of going into dreams and killing whatever's giving you a dream, but it's like a business. And she, loans herself out to it. You go to her office, you ask, and there's like a checklist that she has to do as well to let you know what's actually happening while you're in the dream and then when you wake up. It's something different, quirky. Yeah, sign me up. Sign me up for all that quirky mess. And last but not least, Moon Knight. The new series is really great. Next issue is going to be out next week, I believe. Yeah. The last issue, the midnight. I'm trying to remember what actually calls his his building, but there was a building where he would have like, people to shelter and stuff like that. The building was blown up. He ends up finding a building that's haunted, or actually living entity. It's been swallowing people and keeping their souls inside. Turns out the house went up against Doctor Strange at one point. I forgot the name of the house, but it's similar to like the House of Mist, I think it is, in DC, or House of Secret. I can't remember the name. So many damn houses. But this series is awesome. Check it out. I love the art. It's so dynamic, and you see Mr. Knight in the white suit, but then you also see Moon Knight. You see Mark Spector for about maybe one issue or so. And that's interesting because remember, Mark Spector is like the primary personality. So just seeing those two makes you think what else is going on. His receptionist / assistant is a black vampire, and she's awesome as hell because she doesn't take his shit. The humor is there. Yeah, great. Like I said, if you enjoy Moon Knight, if you enjoy Young Justice, go to your local comic book shop, ask them, hey, do you know of anything out there? I just saw this. Yes, go and support them as well. If you liked Halo, go play the old games. They're still going to be fun, and they're awesome, and they're great. And there are novels out there too. Go to your local bookshop and check them out. I think there are comics. I think trying to remember I think somebody actually puts out some Halo comics too, I want to say. But they're awesome. So go check them out. Excuse me. And yeah, support your local shops because you love the series. Go and check out the comics, and you'll get even more stories in there for real, folks. That's it. As always, go to Maya Crown Williams, GoFundMe, support however you can, whatever bit you can. If you don't have the money, go and share it. Give it out, please. She was stricken with cancer, and times are tough on regular circumstances. To be stricken with an illness, a disease, makes it 100 times worse. And it's difficult. So if you can't, share it. If you can, give a little bit of that change, okay? So appreciate it. We're a community. We always say it. Let's go and show that we're a community, folks. Please. And on that note, what's to come? It's WrestleMania weekend, man. I don't know. That was random as hell. I didn't even realize it was WrestleMania weekend. I had no idea. So I guess I got to go out and find somebody, to give a DDT to.
This guy.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
This guy.
Somebody's getting a stunner. Bet. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like. There are no movies I can think of, dude. I'm gonna be real with you.
No, sir.
There's nothing. Like everything that you think of, like when you think of big stars and everything, they're all on streaming services now. They're doing that. I'm trying to think of what's Umbrella Academy. I'm waiting for. I'm excited about that coming back. I might have to go watch those first 2 seasons again, honestly, but it's worth it. Wait, that was all at once, right? That wasn't once a week, right?
That was all at once.
That was all. For some reason, I don't know why I'm thinking that was once a week, but it wasn't. Yeah, I don't know why I'm thinking that's once a week. Might go back and rewatch the Marvel Netflix series since they're on Disney Plus now. Interesting. If you do not have your parental stuff, you ain't gonna be able to watch it for real. Which is, obviously, you knew that was coming. Again, yes, it's Marvel, but it's also Disney. You can't be like, oh, I don't know why is it. Come on, y'all. Like, be a little smarter. Seriously, just stop it. Stop it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of. I have to finish Billions, which I think I just want to binge the last episodes when the season's over. The season's not over yet, I don't think.
No, yeah, almost though. I would think
because it should be 12, 13 episodes. I want to say
something like that.
They should be on episode 10 or so now. I want to say. Yeah, probably that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to cram everything up into one time. I'm trying to read up on everything. I have all the stuff to read, and what I do, I bought a novel. So my read pile is ridiculous, but it's a novel that I've been looking for a year.
Okay.
So when I saw it, I said, I just happened to go into the bookstore. I said, bet I got it because I've been looking for a year because I wanted it. And I was like, oh, bet. I was just walking. I was like, oh, let me just check out Barnes Nobles real quick. I was like, whatever, it's not here. Then I saw it. It was turned to the side, and it was a paperback. I said, bet. Grabbed it. And then I saw the new book was right next to it, in the hardcover. So I guess that's why they had one copy of that one. But what is Black Leopard? No, I'm trying to remember the name of the damn book. It's by Jameson Marlin, I believe the author's name is. So summertime is going to be filled with, because we'll be taking our break summer. Summertime will be filled with patio reading, juice boxes, sun kiss.
Here with summer reading list.
Look,
this guy,
this dude, you got it. I might actually do like a summer reading list for Comixology, since you're able to do it now. You're able to have like a book club thing because it's on the Amazon website. You can actually do that now, which I think is great to kind of have an interaction like that. I wish they would do things like that with series and such like that as well. I wish they had like kind of discussion group kind of things like that, but it would be too much like social media, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Y'all know I don't need more social media. I'm not getting any more social media. I'm not getting any more devices to speak. Oh, hey, can you download this app and we can? No, we're all talking on this app. Why do you need another app to talk? You mean I got to make another account? Out of here, man. No. WhatsApp, Telegram, not as Discord. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Not. I'll smoke signal you before I Discord you. Not good. On that note, brother, you got any final words?
Yeah, I got a word for you, brother. Did you did you stop watching this thing?
I don't know what that is.
Snowpiercer?
I have to go back. You know what? Snowpiercer and the Flight Attendant are on my HBO to watching list, because I started another series popped up on there all of a sudden called Grease. It's like a South Asian show where it's like a Western. And it's ridiculous. Snowpiercer is what, on their third season?
Yeah. Third? Is it third?
Yeah, I want to say it's third season now.
Yeah, I think so.
Which I'm happy that it's got a third season. I didn't think it was going to get a second season. I'll be out, just because, that's how some shows happen.
It just ended, I think, this past Monday, I think.
Yeah. So that should have been a third season, I want to say. Good.
Yeah, I think you remember me saying in the beginning I thought it was slow, and I was like, oh, this show is not like the movie at all. And
yeah,
it's gotten better since then.
Does it have a link to the movie or no? I mean, aside from it being Snowpiercer and the train and something.
Not really. It's kind of its own thing.
Well, I think because it's more of a prequel to it, which, I mean, it is. But I think that that is good to tell your own story and not have to link it to that movie. But that, because I'm glad that it's on HBO Max now. So the third season should be up there like during the summertime at some point. But I know the Flight Attendant is coming back in May, I want to say.
Yeah, I think so. Something
for a second season. And I was like, wait, what's getting a second season? I said, I gotta go watch that.
Did you watch White Lotus or no?
No, I didn't. You know why? There was that show, and there's a show on Hulu.
Yes,
and they both came out at the same time. So I keep thinking that they're the same damn show.
Yeah, I know.
And it messes me up.
Because
I'm like, it's the same show. What the hell is going on? Yeah, because there was like a similar premise and look came out at the same time, and I was like, somebody's getting fired. Somebody's getting fired because I've kept thinking that they were the same show. I'm like, I know that they're two different shows, but in my head, when I think of one, I think of the other one, and I go, yeah, no, I'm good. I have to, but that's just a limited series, right? White Lotus.
No, White
It's
Lotus.
ongoing.
I think White Lotus is going to come back at some point on HBO Max, but I think different, mostly different people. But I think what's her name is definitely coming back. Jennifer Coolidge.
Okay.
And it's different.
Oh, this is the show that she's on. All right.
In a different location.
Okay. See, that's what's made, because maybe the one on Hulu was the one that's a limited series. See, that's what I'm saying. They're meshing together for me.
Yeah, that one is the limited one.
So all right, so I checked it. Yeah, because I think that's on my list as well. Like I said, Flight Attendant and Snowpiercer. Something else that I put on my list recently too, that I was against watching, but then I thought about it and I was like, well, the guy's not there now. The Nevers.
Oh, really?
But I don't think that's going to get a second season though.
No, that was not get a second season.
Yeah, for some reason I put it on there, but I haven't gone to watch it because I've been watching other stuff and reading other stuff. So it's not. Yeah, so I'm probably just gonna take it off because if it's not hitting me like that, and it's not even I haven't even watched it yet. Give me damn. I think I was just looking for something cool to watch that was like a period piece that was like kind of genre. But there's on Netflix. I think I talked about this before. La Revolution. A zombie outbreak during the French Revolution.
Oh, really?
Yes. Okay. And it looks really, you know what it has a flavor of? And I know
Brotherhood of the Wolf.
Yes.
I knew that was exactly what you were going to say.
Folks, there's a reason we share enthusiasm. There's a reason why out of that group the two split off. There was a reason why.
That's because Brotherhood of the Wolf is a criminally underrated film for people who haven't seen it.
Dude, somebody said to me once they thought that was the worst movie they ever saw. I was like, wait, what? I was like, I was like, you never saw Leonard Part 6? What?
No.
It's one of it took. I heard about it in theaters and didn't know really anything about it. I just knew that Mark Dacascos was in it, and I love Mark Dacascos. I was like, oh, so I want to see this. Finally found it on DVD. So bought it. I was like, okay, great. Watched it, and I was like, wait, what? Blew me away because it could have ended at one point, and then the story goes, well, this is what happened also, and I was like, oh, yeah.
This is the same. This person that you're talking about is probably also someone. No, I'm saying this person that you said thought it was bad probably also thought that a movie called Basic was bad.
I don't know about that, but this is a person who has good taste too, because they were one of the first people that I knew about with like anime, and they brought their VHS into like our culinary class while we had a free period because it was like a substitute, and put it on and watched it on my own. And I was like, you really think this? Really? I saw that. I watched it on DVD. God, maybe once a month for like, a year maybe, because it just hit me. And I just loved it so much. The atmosphere, the way it was shot, the action, the unexpectedness of it, the mystery aspect of it, the forensics of the time, like trying to figure it out. Like it was just really cool to me. But it has that kind of feel to it. With that, it's only one season. Unfortunately, it didn't get picked up. Or maybe it's just a limited series. I don't know. I have to finish. I'm in like 3 episodes in, but yeah, it's just really cool. And it is it is, you gotta get subtitles or you can watch it dubbed for English because it's French. But yeah, it has a nice feel to it. Like I said, it's a zombie apocalypse, a zombie breakout during the French Revolution. You know what? It could go hand in hand with Kingdom.
Yeah, I figured I figured that Netflix has a habit of doing that. Like when one show is like a huge hit, they try and clone it. And I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how they do it, though.
But I'm wondering if they're even in the same universe, just a different time period, which is a possibility.
Could be.
I don't know.
Could be.
But I still have to watch the movie for Kingdom.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that yet.
But Kingdom, when I finally started, shout out to Robert Jeffrey,
Mm-hmm.
who was the one who was shouting it out. I watched. I was like, "What the?" I was like, "Wait, what?"
Mm-hmm.
Zombie apocalypse outbreak in Korea. Oh, we've
Mm-hmm.
seen that. It's Train to Busan. You didn't let me
No.
finish, idiot. No, this is set in like feudal time. This is like,
Yeah.
and it's so good. And you're rooting for people to make it, but then you're rooting for. I hope he has been. Hope that one
Mm-hmm.
dude who kept surviving. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
this
Mm-hmm.
dude got at least 3 4 leaf clovers in his
Yeah.
back pocket because he should not be that damn lucky.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just so good, and it wasn't like they didn't make it like, which a lot of people would have done me like this martial arts epic, where the zombies were even like blocking shots. Everything they just made it. Yes, you fight and you're surviving, but the biggest thing is we gotta run,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just And the episodes are only like 4 episodes a season, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
Which that's right up my alley. What?
Mm-hmm.
That's right up my alley. And they're like a 40 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
something like that, like an hour or less. It's right up my alley, and it's 2 seasons, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
And
2
then
seasons,
the
and
movie.
the movie came out towards the end of last year.
Yeah, I think so.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely want to. Yeah, just damn that show. There's so much going on too. I was like, that was a wild show, but it was so good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a big zombie guy, but I might have to get into that. But I actually kind of, now that I'm thinking about it more and more, I really want to watch Flight Attendant.
You never saw the first season?
I saw the first episode. I didn't go back to it.
Oh, you didn't go back?
No, I didn't go back, and it wasn't because I didn't like it. It's just
Mm-hmm.
because there's every show that keeps coming. Like everybody keeps coming out with a show, and they're like, "Hey, I know you're watching that, but I need to switch to this other service and watch this."
That first season's really good.
Yeah, and never watched Big Bang Theory. No, I watched it, but it was unintentional. I fell asleep, and it was on, and I was like, "This is crap. It's horrible." I just didn't do a show about nerds and geeks and fandoms now, but don't focus on white. Focus on people of color. Focus on like this. Bro, that show would be ridiculous. That show would be that would be a huge hit if you focused on that of series and the fandoms of that and how fans would act of doing and seeing people trying to make it in the business but still being fans of series and comics and movies and such like that. That as a show, somebody about to steal my idea. Watch, somebody about to take this shit out of my idea, and I'm out $1 million. It just happened right now. Yep. All right, whatever. But I said it first. That would be crazy, and don't make it all geeky and dorky because it's not like not the, I shouldn't say that, like not making geeky and dorky, like not make it so the butt of jokes because nowadays, well, some of us are the coolest people in the room. Got the drip, know the history of stuff, working hard, busting their butts to get their name and their product out in the business. It's a different era. It's not that Big Bang Theory mess. It's not. And show the neurodivergence in a different way with people of color. Ava DuVernay. Ava DuVernay on that. Run it. Call me. I mean, but you ain't got my number, so it's fine. Don't worry about it. If you call me, I probably won't pick up anyway because it'll be a number that I don't recognize. So that's on me. So on that note, so I got some stuff to watch. I need to take a week off of work. That's what I need to do. It won't happen anytime soon, though. It won't. Because life. That's right. So on that note, folks, Brother Michael, do you have any words for the congregation? Good, sir.
Peace out. Those are my words.
The simplest yet the most prolific things that can be said. Folks, it's getting to be nice outside. Go outside and get some fresh air. Don't stay in all outside. I know we want to be outside. So get yourself situated and go outside. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. I mean, it's a little windy today, but today I plan on taking a walk. I'm going to sit outside for a little bit and read, to drink some water, get myself situated. Kind of want quesadillas. I'm going to be real. I don't think that's going to happen because all I had to eat today was a bowl of cereal. So, it might have to be the extra hungry bleak today. Might have to be the moniker.
I see.
Extra hungry. But drink your water. Take time out for yourself. Bet money. Take time out for yourself and breathe and drink that water and make sure that you are good and that you are feeling right. Because if you're taking and doing everything for everybody else and not doing anything for yourself, you're going to burn out and you're going to crash hard, physically and mentally, for real. So if you got 5 minutes, an hour, whatever time you can get, take it, breathe, and just get yourself situated and straight and feeling all right. All right? For real. Because you want to be outside. You can't be outside and be acting a fool. You can't be outside and breaking. Can't. All right? So, do the best you can with what you got, because in the end, that's all that you get. This has been Michael Williams.
Yes, sir.
With the blinds. The blinds, good sir.
The blinds.
I am Antonio Palmares, and go out there and eat something tasty, folks, please. This has been another nostalgic. It's the best I could come up with this week, sir. I'm sorry.
Hit up Hungry Beak for the quesadillas.
No,
hit him up.
Hit me up. I will let you see the crumbs on my plate. That's what you will be hitting up. This Snapchat of crumbs. You'll be seeing that. That's Snapchat. Yeah, we'll see you next time. All right. Deuces. We're going. I thought you were about to say donut, and you said that D hard as hell. Damn. I thought you might come with that Simpson. I thought you might come with that Homer. He's sinking back into the bushes like. That wasn't me. I don't know. We're gonna go out, and as always, watch the awkward shoulder shake. Probably gonna slip a disc or two. I'm gonna get that. Remember that white dude from Soul Train where he was like, he was the hard as hell. He had the moles, like he had like that suit